I am Stella Parton, and I am Dolly Parton's sister, and I am in the Coat of Many Colors film as Corla Bass. The pivotal character that I'm playing, Corla Bass, was the one who brought the rags in the opening scene of the film. But she's also the town gossip, and she is kind of the wealthier person in the city, in the town. So, because she owns the mercantile store, and that's where they shop. And she knows everyone's business, but she also goes to their church. So she's a church lady, but she's a gossip. So she was quite the character for me to play. I enjoyed playing her because actually I knew her. She was three people in one that I grew up around. I like to think of us as living in a crazy cradle of love. I never have one day ever thought that my parents didn't love us. Never have I ever felt that I wouldn't be provided for. I knew my dad was the strongest, most powerful man besides God and my granddad, who was my pastor and my grandfather. But he was like second to God. My mother was gentle, kind, nurturing, loving, had no temper. She was just a gentle, good soul. So what's not to like about a childhood like that? We were rich in love. I do remember the time of the coat, and I also remember that once we started to school, you began to realize that people would judge you and have horrible things to say about you. But I somehow always knew that there was something behind that, which was usually jealousy or envy. And fortunately, I've never had those emotions be a problem for me in my life. I don't believe in that. I think, as my mother always taught, that God does not respect one group of people more than another. We're all God's babies. And that's how I think I've survived and kept an open heart. To see my family portrayed in a movie, and myself as well as one of the characters, I find that to be the most unique place a person can be, because most people don't live to see their family portrayed in a movie or a story about their family on screen. And to be on site, to be consulting on the characters and the development of the characters, and to relive my parents in certain scenes and my siblings, it's been very emotional. At the same time, I consider it a blessing, because it's been a gift that's been given to me. I think Farrah McKenzie plays the best little Stella that anybody could play. She's been so attentive to everything that I've tried to tell her about myself, but she's watched me so, carefully, and she's just a great little actress. I wouldn't have wanted anyone else to play me. I was able to tell Carson Meyer, who plays my sister Willadine, what a dear, loving, kind, strong soul my sister Willadine is, even today. But I was also able to tell the children stories in the church before the church scenes. That church, ironically, was so much like a church that we grew up playing in. It was on our property that my dad bought this property. It was a condemned church, but it was the same style. It was the same architecture and the same era this church was. And it even had the same smell and the same sound in it. And so one whole morning I took to tell them all these stories, and it was just so happened they weren't on camera, so I could sit there with them and tell them stories, and then I sang with them, and it was just a wonderful time to be able to share that gift with them. I thought it was tender. I thought it was close, very close to the story. Of course, you have to take artistic liberties, creative liberties when you're putting a script together, but it Pam Long captured the essence of my family in such a sweet, tender, honorable way, and I was very pleased with it. It's been really unusual to be on the set and watch our lives recreated. Some days it's been emotional, some days it's been very entertaining, and then other days it's been very sweet. And it's been a gift. It's been a special gift for me. I think the Christmas, the year that that the story centers around, the coat and our little brother Larry, who passed away that year. That Christmas was such a tender Christmas, and I think all of that happened brought us together, that we always had each other's backs, and we still do. No matter what, we always will come through for the other. It doesn't matter what the circumstances are. And isn't that what family's about? Love, covers a multitude of sins.